here today to celebrate the spirit of innovation, to recognize the power of individuals and collectives working towards the same vision. This can only be done by collaborating with individuals and organizations to constantly innovate and experiment to arrive at the best possible solution. As we work in our own ways to make India's education system stronger, we are all creating a world where innovation can bloom, challenge conventional methods, and also build the future that we desire. With this objective of celebrating innovation across schools by our stakeholders, the Innovation Micro Innovation Award was initiated in 2019. This year, in the second edition of the Micro Innovation Award, we had more than 80 school leaders who represented schools managed by the Andhra Pradesh Social Welfare Residential Educational Institution Society participating in this competition.
The competition kick-started somewhere in 27th July. So all the school leaders and teachers had around 2 months to think of an idea, brainstorm it, actually go back and implement it in their schools, and then upload their evidences and document this entire thing in an application called Unnati. So the competition concluded on 20th of September. Like Dhanesh just said, so we received around 150 projects with around spread across 80 schools. Yeah, so the stakeholders continuously innovated, throughout this entire phase. Some exciting projects came around, like I previously just mentioned. So we had virtual teaching, COVID readiness, drought readiness, water scarcity, infrastructure, many other things, right? So we are really looking forward, to celebrate those top 5 ideas at this point. As a part of this competition, the schools created more than 150 projects. We are sure that all the projects were created and implemented on the school had significant impact on overall development of the school. From that perspective, in the school which have participated have been successful. All the participants are winners, like all the jury members have just mentioned. But we want to go one step ahead and appreciate the 5 best top innovations that we have had so far. These innovations would have done differently in certain criteria, and hence they're standing apart. And again, choosing this top 5 winners was never an easy task. It was really a close competition, and now it is time to see which are those top 5 schools who has won the Micro Innovation Awards 2020. The judges, along with others, will be announcing the winners, and will also be interacting with them to understand about their projects and their innovations. The top 5 winners will be announced in no particular order. Now I would like to request Praveen sir and then announce the winner. Praveen sir, over to you.
Hello everyone, Andarki Namaskaram. So one such project which helped us to actually think how innovation can be done was virtual learning to all classes during COVID-19. And this was from Andhra Pradesh Social Welfare Residential Schools and Junior College, Nuziveedu. So congratulations to the school and all the team from Nuziveedu. So now I request the school leadership team or anybody from that school to please come on air and share, about your project. What exactly, how did you ideate about this project? మీరు ఎలా థింక్ చేశారు ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ గురించి, ఇది చేయాలని ఎందుకు అనిపించింది? So if one of you can come and share, it will be great.
Good morning all the dignitaries. I'm Chandra, school leader, Balayogi Gurukulam, Nuziveedu. I'm glad to inform you that my project is virtual learning to all classes during COVID-19. We selected this project for the well-being of children and for holistic development during COVID as the schools closed and enable children to learn at home through virtual without losing track. We want to be in touch with all the stakeholders and to give confidence to children and parents as well, ensuring that we are with them every minute, driving away their fear about education. We conducted meeting with all the stakeholders and designed the project. Our goal is to make students learn, acquire knowledge, retain, acquire values, and develop communication skills. We created WhatsApp groups to teach each class. Next slide, please. Frame a timetable, allotted duties to execute, made video lessons. Next slide, please. Clear the doubts through Zoom calls and phone calls. We gave assignments through Google Sheets, reviewed performance. We concentrated not only in academics, but also in craft, art, music, asanas, and physical exercises, and gave instructions from time to time how to take care of their health during COVID. We were able to get good outcome in molding children academically brilliant, physically fit, mentally strong, emotionally balanced, and spiritually elevated. I congratulate my team for commitment and dedication. Thank you all.
Thank
Great,
you so
man.
much.
Yeah. So over to you, Vinay. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for announcing this. And thank you so much, Chandra ma'am and our entire Newsbeat school team for this beautiful project.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So you can see this is the entire team of Newsbeat school, and all the teachers have come together to make this project happen. So once again, congratulations,
Thank
the
you, sir.
entire
Thank you
team.
so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I'd like to request Poona ma'am to announce the next winner.
Yeah, thank you. Again, the next winner is APS WRS Junior College, Pathapatnam. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And their project was Operation Village Circle during COVID-19, continuing teaching and learning during these times. So my warm congratulations to them. What struck me, truly struck me, was they included upskilling, digitization, outreach, and mobilization of the community, and so much more. And I saw that across the project. It certainly had a positive impact. The pandemic certainly had a positive impact on their work in reaching out to the students and the community. So thank you so much. And my very, very warm congratulations to the entire team. I request the representative of the school to please briefly share about this project and how you brought all the stakeholders to come together to make this an effective and outcome.
Good morning, all. And thank you, Julie, for keeping our project in top 5. I am Vani, Principal Pathapatnam. Before getting into the project, I want to thank both the secretaries of our society, Ramulu sir and Ravichandra sir, because they are responsible for keeping this project. Why? Because one day I want to tell a small flashback about this. Yes, one fine day, we got a post from our principal secretary, sir, a post that relieves what means different ways of reaching the students at the time of pandemic 19. And I routinely answered as wonderful. And then our secretary, sir, replied to that, then why can't you? He questioned me. This made us to think of that. And I discussed with my team. And at the same time, we are trying to reach our students through virtual. But most of our students are academically backward and they are very low tech or no tech. At the situation, we choose this as the right platform. And our goal is to reach and continue teaching and learning to each and every student of our school. For this, we have planned project on the Unity, and because of our planning and cooperation of our team, we reached nearly 300 students. In virtually, if we are trying to reach, we are able to reach only 150 or around 160. But through these village circles, nearly 400 we have reached, and I think our project is successful. Different stakeholders like community, parents, teachers, and non-teaching staff, and then village secretaries. With the help of these, we able to reach our students and continue the learning. And the important tasks in this are, we are able to hear. This is my team, and these are some of the team members to reach out this project. And there are so many other people also who are not here. I am sorry for this. And our teachers done very well in making the success. Thank you once again to Mantra and my team for their cooperation.
Thank you, ma'am. Poorna ma'am, would you have
These are some of the pics which are related to our project. And first of all, we conducted meeting with the parents and my teachers and discussed what are the difficulties and what are the steps we have to take to face this pandemic. And we collected data about the children, where they are residing at the times, and we mapped each village to one teacher, and to supervise and to give necessary learning activities. In such a way, we have mapped the teachers to the villages. And then there's so many, not only, okay.
Yes, yes.
Not only learning, we have switched off. We switched to what we call cultural and art activities. Also, we have taken. Not only we switched to this learning or academics. Thank you once again, Mantra and my team. That's all.
Poorna ma'am, would you have any other question for ma'am?
Thank you, Vani ma'am, for sharing all the details. And what really stood out for me was how well structured your entire program management was. The entire program was designed in a very, very structured manner. My second question to you, you actually answered, which was the stakeholders. I also really like the fact that you all sought out the alumni that was there from your school, right? And that was really wonderful. Because they already know you all, you know them, you found out their phone numbers and reached out to them. And that really is the essence of building community. So thank you to you and the entire team for the incredible work that you all have done. My warm congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am, once again.
Thank you. Over to you, Vinay.
Thank you, ma'am. So thank you, Poorna ma'am, for announcing this, for doing this honor. And also, Vani ma'am and the entire Pathapatnam team, thank you so much for this. We'll move on to the next one. So congratulations one more time. Yes. Now I'd like to request Monisha ma'am to do the next honor. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Vinay. So the next winner, and I would like to congratulate the entire team for working on the project aligning towards society vision and mission. Education is not just about livelihood, it is all about life. Congratulations. And this has been really wonderful to go through your project, the way you have documented and actually minuted each and every movement that I think happened. And I'm quite impressed with how many people must have been involved in trying to figure out, like, it's almost like a step-by-step recording and clicking off pictures, and each moment, it must be like a beautiful journey for all of you. So could you share a little bit about your project, ma'am?
A very good morning to all, ma'am. This is Manikyam, school leader, APSWRS Talapalam, Visakhapatnam district. At first, a big thank you to AP Swari management and Mantra team for giving us this great honor. Really huge, proud and wow moment for entire Talapalam team. Just briefing my project, everyone knows that the fact we are fighting against the pandemic COVID-19, locking ourselves at home. But then we thought of our students, what can we do? What best can we do? And we set up a micro plan that can help students in the prevailing situations. And I really love our society's vision. Education is not just for livelihood, but for life. Yes, it's true. With minimum or nil numeracy and literacy also, one can earn his bread and butter. But education should help for meaningful life. When we go through the philosophies and perspectives of educationists like Vivekananda, Rabindranath Tagore, Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, and Abdul Kalam, they all fix at one common point: teach to transform and for meaningful life. So now our mission, emphasizing on the acronym AP SWARIS. So A is for academically brilliant. So we created WhatsApp groups and through Meet app, where we are conducting classes for them to complete the first quarterly syllabus. And P for physically fit. So we concentrated on their health and gave the children health tips regularly. And also we designed a video of 15 minutes comprising all the yogasanas. And that was telecasted for all the children and they practice at home. And also we have S for socially responsible and W for wisely behaved, R for radiantly empowered, and E for emotionally balanced. So aligning to this, we plan sessions where students can empower and enrich focusing by conducting essay writing competitions and then role plays, elocutions, and interior decorations, socially responsible, to create them socially responsibleness. We have designed some social useful products like clay models and preparation of sanitizers and masks, which grab the attention of not only the students, but also their parents and relatives at large. And I for intellectually strengthened development conducted competitions of logo preparation, creating mails, games through coding, and also we have focused on preparing children how to use internet and mobile very safely and properly. So, and then coming to the spiritually elevated, which is very much required. So we focused on meditation and relaxation techniques, and also through small forms of moral stories and thoughts of the day. We have enriched students spiritually, and yeah, that's it. And our whole team made this possible. So thank you and kudos to the whole team. Now I would also request my over to you, Bhavani. She would like to share about the computational skill which helped all this happen. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. This is Bhavani, working as IT city trainer in AP Balyogi Gurukulam, Talapalam, Visakhapatnam district. And I'm really thankful to being a part of this event. And at starting, we have faced a lot of difficulties to reach the students. But later, we made a plan and we separated students into two categories. And each student as category as well as a tech students and non-tech students. We use it to share information to the students through WhatsApp groups like videos, audios, PPTs, Google Meet and links, and Zoom call links, and some other Google Forms. Then tech students use it to communicate with non-tech students through phone, and they use it to receive information from non-tech students. Then we gathered information about non-tech students from tech students. In this way, we maintained different plans for different category students. So in this way, we have achieved our project, and we have maintained micro and micro level teaching plans, which covers all our goal points. Now I'm over into our principal, ma'am.
So I think all this happened because of our great team. And I can say that if the school leader is the heart of a body, and all the remaining members are our employees are the parts of the body. If we just think, if the heart just thinks that it takes rest for a moment or a second, everything is collapsed. So what we thought is, let us all the way run, and my entire team helped me. And all this happened because of lot of inspiration from our secretary sir and principal secretary sir to bring in, they had lot of curiosity to bring in changes in the society schools. So a big thank you to each and every one of the team who made all this successful.
Thank you, ma'am. A couple of things that really touched me about what you just said. You know, most of the time, the heads of the school like to call themselves the heads. Actually, they are the hearts of the school, and the rest of them are the parts of the school. And the body cannot function till everyone is in the same loop with all of, the entire team, with each other. And the second beauty of your project was the way you isolated each skill that you wanted to teach, whether it was academic or spiritual or social development or whatever. And then that kind of message transferred to the entire community, children, the stakeholders, all stakeholders, the parents and everyone, right? So do you think this model that you have created is a transferable model? Will any other school in Talepalam will be able to take this up and beyond your township of Talepalam?
Yeah, ma'am. I can strongly feel that everybody can take this, ma'am, because we already have ATL labs and we are doing lot of community programs. So we are reaching out children near to Talepalam, and we are covering almost all the mandal level schools. We are inviting students from ZP schools, ma'am, and all the municipal corporation schools, or make anybody, any of the students are free to open our labs and work along with us. So I think this is because even in ATL labs also, now our students are working on a project, drain to drink. So we are gathering the water, what is getting drained water in our school. We are planning to make it a useful project for all the other people to use it as a drinking water, because here we have salt content, ma'am, more salt content. So in this way, we invite everybody, ma'am. And also, I think it is possible and transferable for all the schools.
And anything you would like them to keep in mind if they're taking up this project?
Yeah, ma'am. It's really a challenging thing, the school leader will face, because to bring out the holistic part of education. So here, what just happens is when we just concentrate on one part of the thing, the remaining part may not be working well. So always we should have at tips the micro level plans where which area to focus, and keep on alerting all the members of the school. Really we have teaching staff, we have non-teaching staff, and we have subordinating staff. Each and every one plays a very, very important role in keeping up the school, ma'am. I strongly believe this, because as a team we are working and we could bring lot of change, and parents also do admit that there is change in the society schools, and also they are very, very happy at everything what we are doing, ma'am. Because I had in Zoom meets, and I always speak with the parents now virtually, but when they come to collect the school, collect the books from the school, or when they come to meet us for any cause, any petty cause, I always speak to them, may it be one parent or two or any number of parents. I'll just keep on asking them and counseling them, so that at least to give a few tips, whatever required. So I think we can do all this, ma'am.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to the entire team of your school at Talepalam. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Monisha ma'am, for presenting this award, and thank you, Manikya ma'am and the entire Talepalam school team for this beautiful project putting together. You also showed us a sense of possibility. Even virtually, we can still achieve AP's various mission. Thank you for that, ma'am. We'll go to the next winner. I would like to request Azhar sir to announce the next winner. Azhar sir, over to you.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank Mantra for organizing and facilitating these awards. I cannot tell you how important it is to recognize teaching. It's really hard work. So all the stakeholders that have come here, I'm extremely impressed by what I have seen. So the next award is to the APSWRS JC team at Uppalapadu. The project was development of good rapport between staff and students. So congratulations to the entire team at the team at Uppalapadu. I would request somebody from Uppalapadu to come and share about their experience with regards to this project.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for our Principal Secretary Sir and Secretary Sir for training us and making us thinking out of box. And I thank the entire Mantra team for giving us this opportunity. And thank you all. And our project is to develop and maintain good rapport between staff and students and to build confidence among students through phone in this pandemic condition. Actually, we did not start this as a project. We turned the work we have done as a project. During lockdown, we started Zoom calls and we remembered about our students and their phone calls. Our teachers told that, ma'am, we are getting bored and missing our students a lot. Then we thought of calling the students and know their well-being. And the entire team of Uppalpadu staff members helped us a lot in implementing and doing this project. We started this on June 28th, and after 1 week, we again joined and we found that our students are being bombarded with 4 to 5 calls on the same day by different teachers. So we immediately framed a fixed timetable for phone calls to students, and daily each teacher called 20 students. And we also framed a few questions to ask the students and parents. And as by the advice of our DCO Venkatrao sir, we followed specific format for managing and monitoring this progress, which paved a very good path for this. And every day I used to call 3 teachers and inquire about phone calls and ask for diary submission so that to confirm the work is going on or not. Teachers who are nearby used to come and show the work and discuss about the problems they are facing. And like this, we continued this project and we were able to reach out to this 487 students out of 494 students during these calls. And this is the project for good rapport between staff and students, to build confidence among students and to reach at least 70% of our students through phone. And we achieved this, and only we are missing 7 students, and we are going to them to know what is the difficulty for them to reach out us. And this is the team, few members of this team, and other members we are missing, and the entire team helped a lot to reach out to all the students and know whether the learning is happening in WhatsApp groups also. And thanks for all the entire team. And these are the timetable frameworks and the diaries of few of the members who had done the project. These are the members of the project. And thank you for selecting us, and thanks for entire jury members. And in this, because of this, we achieved a good rapport with the parents, and the students and parents are feeling too open to call and interact with us. They are inquiring about school reopening also. Here, I would like to share one of the personal experience for me with the 6th class student, Sukanya. Though I could not reach her one day, I conversed with her parents and had a fruitful conversation about her well-being. The very next day at 6 o'clock in the morning, Sukanya called me back, feeling sorry for not attending the other day call. When we saw this kind of motivation from students in these uncertain times, it is making us intrigued and enthusiastic. This is my personal experience. My team is privileged to have tons of these experiences. And thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. I was when I was going through your project, one of the things that struck me, and I think my team lead, when I was doing a corporate job, would be so happy to see the project goal that you have defined. It's almost a textbook definition of what a SMART goal should look like. It is specific, it is measurable, it is actionable, it is realistic and time-driven. You have clearly defined who needs to be targeted, how it is going to be measured, by what time is it going to be done. And when I was going through all the evidence that was presented there, I was struck by how meticulously it was organized. As you said, and I have been in that position where teachers bombarding students with calls, you put in a framework. I'm very impressed to see this. One question that I had when I was looking at the evidence was there was a comment about a student going for machine work. I'm assuming that's manual labor, and somebody going to private class. So I am sure, because you said there were only about 7 students who got left out. So was there something that could have been done for these kind of students? I'm sure there are many like this.
Yes, sir. Sir, most of the students, when the teachers call, they are telling that few of the students, they are going to work along with the parents, because the parents are not feeling protective to leave them in the house. And we told that in the village, we are having to be at one place and see the WhatsApp classes, so that the parents also will not feel afraid of leaving them single at home. And we guided them like that, and continued the WhatsApp classes, so that they will not go to work and follow the education.
Great. And did you face any challenges with regards to, because I saw some comments about not having WhatsApp. So technologically, I work in slum schools in Hyderabad, so I have faced a lot of this, where the parents say they don't have enough money to recharge, they don't have smartphones. Did you face any of it, and how did you overcome that?
Yes, sir. The students who had no WhatsApp group, they used to tell, ma'am, we are not about having WhatsApp group, and the parent also feel very sorry. Few of the parents, after 1 month, they immediately got the WhatsApp cell. They bought the WhatsApp, the cells which have able to do WhatsApp in it. But few of the students who are not in, what we did was, we asked, whatever the work you are doing that day, and whatever the learning you have done, you have prepared a tea for your mother, or you have done some other work, you put it on a paper in English, Telugu or Hindi, and you give it through WhatsApp of other cells to the class teacher, so that we'll do that work, see that work, and we'll talk to you later on this. We encourage it like that, and we told that the parent see that the children will be attached to at least neighborhood cell for just half an hour or that, so that they can learn write out the work given in that group.
Great. One last question, ma'am. I think this is something that Monisha ma'am asked. It's the same question I have. I mean, do you foresee, because it has been extremely meticulously designed, the way you're tracking each and every student, and you're tracking it subject-wise. I can imagine the amount of work that is done. This is complete attention to detail, and I love attention to detail. Is this something that can be given to other schools? Can more schools adopt this? Have you given, showcased this thing to other people as well? In your,
yes, sir. This can be definitely used by all, because the environment and the association of all the team with the students and parents brings a lot of change. If we can give freedom and love and trigger their attention, then they can do a lot of things. Here I want to quote one simple example, sir. Generally at 11 o'clock, we'll give chikkis to our students. And the chikki wrapper will be thrown everywhere or in the dustbin, and we're getting a lot of scrap. One day I announced in the assembly, this is the problem. Let us store that scrap, and you all think of what to do with that scrap. We don't throw that scrap for 1 week. You keep it. The leaders will keep it in the classroom. After study hours, you think of it and do a useful work for that. Everyone think, I told sir. And the next 1 week, I was bombarded with many models. They prepare garlands, they prepare shoes, they prepare umbrella, frock, they prepare they prepared many toys also with the wrappers, sir. And I was amazed to see all that. Just I told my problem to them. This was the very big problem. And the waste papers, sir, they prepared baskets with the papers they turned up. And they utilized all the scraps, sir. Just I thought, if we trigger them and if we discuss them, give freedom, everything is possible with all the stakeholders, sir.
I'm amazed. And this is the story across the board. I think it's only a matter of making the students think and giving them opportunities to showcase their talents and putting their ideas to work.
Yes,
thank you
sir.
so much, ma'am, for coming and spending
Thank you,
time.
sir.
And congratulations to your entire team and yourself
Thank you, sir.
for delivering such phenomenal results. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
Azil
you
sir.
all.
Thank you, Shanti ma'am, for that beautiful
Thank you.
project that you have put together. And I think you very confidently answered many questions that were posed to you. It was very nice to see you, to hear you.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll go to the next part of the next award, Andy. I would like to request Veena ma'am to announce the next winner. Veena ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Vinay. So in this time when children are not able to attend schools, we are hoping that technology can bridge the gap. But what happens if there's no access to digital devices or internet? That in itself can become a bigger challenge. One project here details a creative strategy with a holistic approach to that problem. More importantly, it underlines empathy. It gives me great pleasure to announce Meet and Teach as one of the top 5 innovations this year. This project has been implemented by APRI's Narsapura. Congratulations to members of this team, and their objective, as they have put down, is to provide education and continuity of academics to the rural children deprived of inaccessibility to the digital platforms amid pandemic. First of all, congratulations again. Is anybody from the team available to talk about your idea of how you went about this project?
Thanks to entire jury members, honorable secretaries, entire Mantra team. A pleasant morning to all the dignitaries. I am Umadevi Talluru, school leader, Balayogi Gurukulam, Narsapuram, Krishna district. I deem it as my privilege to explain about our project, that is Meet and Teach. Vision of our project is to provide education and continuity of academics to the rural children deprived of accessibility to the digital devices amid pandemic. Thought of the project crossed our minds when we came to know certain section of students have no access to the smartphones which are essential for digital learning. Hence, we came up with this project. Our project stakeholders are principal, teachers, students, parents, local people, and local authorities also. We discussed and shared ideas about the project with our teachers. We collected data, explored the villages. I also went to the villages, talked with parents, students, and local authorities. And we allotted student volunteers in their residing villages, allotted teachers to some villages, ensuring the project is going well. Our project Meet and Teach is an unforgettable experience. Parents received teachers with their warm greetings and gave a lot of support and strength to us. They felt very happy and free from worries regarding the continuity of academics. Students received their teachers heartfully, and they were very happy to seeing their teachers at their villages after a long gap. They showed their interest towards their studies also. Our teachers showed much more interest to spend their time with our beloved children. Our intention is to outreach the deprived. Hope our project gives these children a good support to continue education without break in this pandemic situation. And here my sincere thanks to our honorable secretaries. They always support us in every walk of our work, and the entire Mantra team, and my sincere and heartfelt thanks to my entire team. They helped me, and they are the heart to our project. And I am very, very humble. And we even created awareness about hygiene in the villages also. And I'm very, very happy to share this. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for detailing that. And congratulations once again. It's amazing to see how you've thought about bringing together people as resources. You've also talked about how you wanted to bring in student volunteers to teach the lower grades. So much of peer learning that is available there. Any challenges in that, ma'am, that you would like to
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Though transport and communication become a challenge initially, and data collection is the crucial challenge in project, as well as time taking also, ma'am. And also identification of the beneficiaries of the project is another challenge. And there are minor challenges on gathering students and finding location for the project to take up. These are minor challenges, ma'am.
So much for sharing that. I'm sure we would all like to hear more, and I'm sure we will in coming days. But thank you so much, and
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Vinay.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, Veena ma'am, for announcing this award, and thank you so much, Uma Devi ma'am, and the entire Nasapuram school for making this possible. Yeah. Yes, thank you so much for that. I would like to move on to the next aspect, Andy. We still would love to hear from all the winners a little more, but in the interest of time, we want to go to the last part of the program.